Most people couldn't even find Saint Vincent and the Grenadines on a map. Imagine a place with no traffic lights, no fast food chains, and no stress. From black sand beaches to secret celebrity islands, this place is full of surprises. This isn't just paradise, it's a place packed with wild stories and cultural gold. Due to limited original footage from Saint Vincent and the Grenadines, some parts of this video are filled with relevant illustrative clips for context and visual clarity. Thank you for your understanding and continued support. The volcano that rules the island. La Soufrière, the towering volcano at the heart of Saint Vincent, is both a giver and a taker. Rising over 4,000 feet, it dominates the island's northern half and has erupted multiple times in recorded history. Its most recent eruption in April of 2021 blanketed towns in ash and forced tens of thousands to evacuate. Despite the destruction, this volcano is crucial to the island's rich ecosystem, fertilizing the soil and supporting lush rainforest growth. For the adventurous, the hike to its crater offers surreal views, moon-like terrain, and a real sense of Earth's raw power. La Soufrière is constantly monitored, and volcanic activity shapes both policy and everyday life here. Locals respect it deeply. Some even say they can feel when it's about to erupt. It's a constant reminder that nature is in charge, not us. In St. Vincent, living under a volcano isn't terrifying. It's just part of life. A nation of 32 islands, but only 9 are inhabited. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is made up of 32 islands and cays scattered across the southern Caribbean, yet only 9 of them are inhabited. The main island, St. Vincent, is where the capital Kingstown sits and where most of the population lives. The rest, known collectively as the Grenadines, are small, tropical gems stretching southward toward Grenada. Some of these islands, like Bequia, Mustique, and Canouan, are known for their boutique hotels and secluded beaches. Others, such as Petit Tabac or Petit Mustique, are completely untouched, offering only wild greenery and soft sand. This balance between the lively and the uninhabited creates a unique dynamic. A country where you can go from vibrant village life to total isolation in under an hour by boat. The vast majority of the Grenadines remain undeveloped, preserving their natural charm and pristine marine ecosystems. For travelers, it's the ultimate playground of discovery. For locals, it's home, with the ocean as the only highway. Mustique, the island of the elite. Tiny Mustique may only be 3 miles long, but it's one of the world's most exclusive private islands. Bought by British aristocrat Colin Tennant in 1958, it was transformed from a sleepy outpost into a luxury hideaway for the rich and royal. It's most famously associated with Princess Margaret, who received land there as a wedding gift and built a villa called Les Jolies Eaux. Since then, Mustique has hosted A-listers like Mick Jagger, Tommy Hilfiger, and David Bowie, the latter designing a surreal Balinese-style estate. With only around 100 villas, no hotels, and strict privacy policies, the island offers barefoot luxury with no paparazzi in sight. There's one bar, Basil's, where billionaires sip rum punch like locals. The security is discreet but tight, and renting a villa can cost anywhere from $5,000 to $50,000 a week. For the elite, it's not just a vacation. It's a secret world away from the public eye. Pirates of the Caribbean was filmed here. One of the most iconic film franchises of all time, Pirates of the Caribbean, chose St. Vincent as its primary filming location for the first movie. In 2003, the sleepy harbor of Wallaby Bay was transformed into Port Royal, the bustling pirate town seen in The Curse of the Black Pearl. The film crew built entire sets along the waterfront, many of which still stand today and attract visitors from around the world. Locals were hired as extras, boat hands, and even stunt doubles, injecting Hollywood glamour into island life, if only temporarily. The surrounding waters and dramatic cliffs gave the movie an authentic, rugged beauty that couldn't be recreated on a soundstage. After the shoot, many props were left behind, and today you can walk through what feels like an open-air film museum. It's one of the few places in the Caribbean where the pirate fantasy is literally tangible. For film buffs, it's a pilgrimage. Jack Sparrow might as well have just stepped ashore. Vincy Mass Carnival like no other. Vincy Mass is St. Vincent and the Grenadines' most explosive cultural celebration, and it takes over the islands every June and July. It began as a pre-Lenten festival, but was moved to summer in 1977 to boost tourism, and that move paid off. The celebration is a vibrant mix of African, European, and indigenous traditions, featuring colorful costumes, infectious soca music, and rhythmic steel pan competitions. Thousands of Vincys from the diaspora return home just for this occasion, transforming streets into rivers of dancing, glitter, and paint. Events like Jouvert, where people party from dawn covered in mud, oil, and powder, showcase the wild side of island pride. There are calypso and soca monarch competitions where artists battle lyrically in front of massive crowds. The grand finale? Mardi Gras Parade, where costumed bands march through Kingstown in a dazzling sea of feathers, sequins, and heat. Vincy Mass isn't just a party, it's a declaration of identity. For many Vincentians, it's the heart and soul of the nation. Breadfruit and the Mutiny connection. Breadfruit might seem like just another tropical staple, but in Saint Vincent it carries a wild backstory. Its arrival is linked directly to the infamous Mutiny on the Bounty, one of the most legendary naval rebellions in British history. In 1793, Captain William Bligh successfully delivered breadfruit plants to Saint Vincent from Tahiti on a second voyage after the first ended in mutiny. The British wanted to use breadfruit as cheap food for enslaved people in the Caribbean. Over time, it took root not just in the soil, but in the culture of Saint Vincent. Today, roasted breadfruit with fried jackfish is considered the national dish and is served at nearly every celebration. Locals have dozens of ways to prepare it: roasted, boiled, mashed, or even turned into chips. There's even an annual breadfruit festival honoring its culinary versatility and historical importance. It's proof that food, history, and survival are often deeply intertwined, and in this case, seasoned with a bit of mutiny. Yacht life in the Grenadines. The Grenadines are one of the most sought-after sailing destinations in the entire world, and it's easy to see why. Scattered like emeralds in a turquoise sea, these islands offer perfect conditions: steady trade winds, calm waters, and stunning anchorages. Bequia, Canoein, Union Island, and Mayro are all favorites among seasoned sailors and luxury yacht owners. At the heart of it all lies the Tobago Cays, a cluster of 5 uninhabited islands surrounded by coral reefs and sea turtle sanctuaries. Charter yachts, catamarans, and mega yachts alike cruise these waters, often with celebrity guests on board. There are no crowded ports here, just secluded bays, floating BBQs, and starlit decks. Local boat boys deliver fresh lobster, ice, or even homemade rum punch straight to your vessel. For many, sailing the Grenadines is not just a vacation, it's a floating dream. And once you've anchored in a place like Salt Whistle Bay, you'll never want to sail away. No traffic lights, no problem. Saint Vincent and the Grenadines has a population of over 100,000 people, but not a single traffic light. That's right, 0. Instead of red, yellow, and green signals, the country relies on roundabouts, stop signs, and a whole lot of local courtesy. In smaller towns and on winding mountain roads, traffic is light, and drivers simply slow down and wave each other through. In the capital Kingstown, things can get a bit more chaotic. But even there, intersections operate on an unspoken rhythm locals seem to intuitively follow. For newcomers, it can feel a bit wild at first, but accidents are surprisingly rare. Police officers sometimes direct traffic manually during busy hours or near schools. The absence of lights isn't due to backwardness. It's a testament to a simpler way of life. In Saint Vincent, traffic flows not with machines, but with human instinct and island patience. A parrot you'll find nowhere else. High in the misty rainforests of Saint Vincent lives a rare and majestic bird found nowhere else on Earth, the Saint Vincent parrot, Amazona gildingi. With its vivid green, blue, purple, and yellow plumage, it looks almost too colorful to be real. This parrot is the national bird, fiercely protected under law and considered a symbol of the island's natural beauty and resilience. Sadly, it's also critically endangered, with an estimated wild population of only a few hundred individuals. Habitat loss from logging and farming has been a major threat, along with volcanic eruptions that can wipe out entire forest sections. Conservation programs, including breeding initiatives and education campaigns, are helping to stabilize its numbers. You can spot one in captivity at the Botanic Gardens in Kingstown. the oldest botanical garden in the Western Hemisphere. But to see one in the wild? That's a magical, once-in-a-lifetime moment. For locals, the parrot isn't just a bird, it's a national treasure with feathers. From volcanoes to vape pens, the cannabis revolution, Saint Vincent and the Grenadines is quickly becoming a rising star in the global cannabis industry. In 2018, it legalized the cultivation and export of medical marijuana, making it one of the first Caribbean nations to do so. Thanks to its volcanic soil, tropical climate, and generations of local growers, the country has a natural advantage when it comes to premium cannabis cultivation. The government introduced a regulatory framework that supports both large investors and small traditional farmers, aiming to empower rural communities. Saint Vincent's cannabis is already being exported for pharmaceutical use, with sights set on Canada, Europe, and beyond. While recreational use remains technically illegal, enforcement is relaxed, and cannabis culture is widespread and deeply embedded in rural life. The industry is still young, but experts believe it could one day rival the island's tourism income. It's a bold move for such a small country, and one that's already putting it on the map in surprising new ways. From heritage farming to high-end extraction labs, this is one green economy with serious potential. Hunting whales with hand-hurled harpoons. On the sleepy Grenadine island of Bequia, a centuries-old tradition still survives: indigenous whaling. Each year, islanders are permitted, under international agreement, to hunt up to 4 humpback whales using traditional methods only. That means small wooden boats, hand-thrown harpoons, and zero modern technology. This exemption under the International Whaling Commission exists to preserve the cultural heritage of a small community descended from Scottish settlers and Carib natives. Whaling is rare and highly ritualized. Some years, no whales are caught at all. The meat is shared among the community, and nothing goes to waste. While controversial, the practice is deeply meaningful to locals and strictly regulated. It also serves as a reminder of how tradition and sustainability can coexist in complex, often emotional ways. In Bequia, the past still sails on the sea. Beaches of Midnight, the black sands of Saint Vincent. While most Caribbean beaches are sugar white or golden, Saint Vincent offers something far more dramatic: jet black volcanic sand. This striking contrast comes from the island's geological backbone, the active volcano La Soufrière, which has blanketed the coastline in volcanic ash and mineral-rich sediment for centuries. Black Point, Richmond Beach, and Buccaneer Bay are just a few of the spots where these rare dark sands meet turquoise water, creating an otherworldly aesthetic. The heat of the black sand can be intense under the midday sun, but early mornings and sunsets make it a dream for photographers. Unlike typical tropical beaches, these shores feel raw, powerful, and primal. Swimming here, surrounded by cliffs and jungle, feels like stepping into another dimension. Tourism boards are slowly promoting them as hidden gems, though they still remain largely uncrowded. For those looking to escape postcard cliches, these beaches deliver pure volcanic soul. In Saint Vincent, even the sand tells a story. No McDonald's, no Starbucks, no chains, just flavor. In Saint Vincent and the Grenadines, you won't find a McDonald's, Starbucks, KFC, or any other global fast food franchise. The absence of major chains isn't due to lack of demand. It's a conscious choice rooted in cultural preservation and local pride. Instead, the islands thrive on family-run eateries, roadside vendors, and open-air markets, where everything from roasted breadfruit to fresh-caught kingfish is served with Vincentian soul. Local chefs put their own twist on Caribbean classics, with flavors influenced by African, Indian, British, and French culinary traditions. You'll find spicy roti, hearty callaloo soup, and sweet treats like coconut drops and cassava pone. Eating here is an immersive experience, not just a meal, but a story told through spices. For visitors, it's a refreshing change from chain homogenized meals. For locals, it's a way to keep traditions alive and support small businesses. In Saint Vincent, you don't just eat food, you taste the island. A kingdom without a crown? Though Saint Vincent and the Grenadines became an independent nation in 1979, it still recognizes the British monarch, currently King Charles III, as its ceremonial head of state. This makes it a constitutional monarchy within the Commonwealth of Nations, like Canada or Australia. However, the role of the monarch is symbolic, and actual governance is handled by an elected prime minister and parliament. Over the years, there's been increasing debate about whether the country should become a republic, fully cutting ties with the British crown. In 2009, a national referendum on the issue failed, with most voters opting to maintain the status quo. Yet younger generations and pan-Caribbean movements are reviving the conversation, especially in the wake of Barbados going republic in 2021. For now, the Union Jack still appears in the Governor General's flag, and royal portraits hang in government buildings. But the future may hold a Vincentian head of state. For a nation already independent in spirit, it might just be the final step. Speak English, think in Vincy. While English is the official language of Saint Vincent and the Grenadines, most locals speak a vibrant, melodic dialect known as Vincy Creole in daily life. This Creole evolved from a blend of English, African languages, French patois, and Carib influences, shaped by centuries of colonialism and resistance. It's fast-paced, highly expressive, and full of local slang and idioms that outsiders find hard to decode at first. For example, "a day" means "I'm here," and "me na go" means "I'm not going." You might hear entire conversations that sound like English, but feel like another language entirely. In rural areas, Creole is dominant, while in formal settings like school and government, standard English is used. The dual language reality gives Vincentians a kind of linguistic flexibility and cultural depth that outsiders quickly notice. Speaking Vincy Creole isn't just about communication, it's an identity marker. It's how the people of these islands express humor, emotion, and heritage, with rhythm and pride. What to do 12 unmissable experiences. Start with a trek up La Soufrière, where panoramic views from the crater edge reward every drop of sweat. Sail through the Tobago Cays, where sea turtles glide under your snorkel and the waters glow in surreal shades of blue. Explore the Botanic Gardens in Kingstown, the oldest in the Western Hemisphere, where rare palms and parrots thrive. Visit Wallalaboo Bay and relive Pirates of the Caribbean scenes right where the movie was filmed. Relax on the black sands of Richmond Beach, where jungle meets volcanic coastline in dramatic fashion. Go beach hopping in Bequia, from the calm shores of Lower Bay to the surfer vibes of Industry Bay. Dive or snorkel the colorful reefs off Mayrow, home to corals, lionfish, and sunken surprises. Taste local culture at a Friday night fish fry. Grilled snapper, soca music, and rum punch await. Join a sailing charter or rent a small catamaran and cruise between the lesser-known Grenadine Islands. Take a boat to Petit Saint Vincent, a luxurious private island where even the air feels exclusive. Experience Vincy Mass if you're visiting in July. There's simply no better way to meet the heart of the nation. And finally, do nothing at all. Just sway in a hammock, sip fresh coconut water, and let the trade winds do the talking. Thanks for exploring Saint Vincent and the Grenadines with me. This island nation truly is a hidden gem. If you enjoyed these mind-blowing facts, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Post new travel documentaries and unbelievable facts from around the world every week. Let me know in the comments which country you'd like me to explore next. Until next time, this is Andy Explores the World, signing off from Paradise.